What's up, guys? It's Nick Reptiles here, and we're going to be going over the basic care guide for clownfish, most popular because of the movie Finding Nemo. First off, these are naked ocellaris clownfish named Steph Curry and LeBron James. There are many different kinds of morphs of clownfish, and these happen to be the naked ocellaris ones. As you can see, they have that full orange print. They don't have the normal common um, clownfish stripes, and they're also not black and white. There's a lot of different clownfish, guys. Pick whatever you want. Not going to be going over the tank, but we are going to be going over the basic care guide to take care of them. Starting off, you want the temperature to be between 75 and 80 degrees. All you need is a little thermometer right there. Make sure you have a heater inside of the tank. Make sure you have your filter, protein skimmer. I had a wave maker, but this is too small of a tank for the wave maker that it was blowing them to the side. As you can see, they're swimming around. They're going crazy. They're having fun. That's a good thing. If they were slow and non-active, that would be a bad sign of super wrong tank parameters, because these are super hardy fish and they can deal with a lot of different water climates. Generally, these guys are going to be able to live up to 10 years old. They can live longer. They can live shorter. Basically, whatever age you get them. Like, these are little ones, but I've seen giant ones at the fish store, and those ones are almost full grown, if not full grown, and they're not going to live as long with you. But in captive, they do live generally 10 years on average. The salinity parameters you're going to want is a 1.020 to a 1.027, because that's just the environment that they live in. That's what they thrive in. You don't really want to keep that super rangy, because they are super hardy fish, but you don't want to have it down at the 1. You also don't want to have it down at like almost 2. That would be, or 1.3 or 1.35. Like, that would be a lot, considering they have a pretty large range that they can thrive at. You should probably try and keep it in that range. If it's going above, you should probably go back. Don't have the fish in the tank and try and figure it out for yourself before. Also, don't mind this background. I got snails. They actually didn't make it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was the fish store. I went somewhere new. But the hermit crabs are obviously not getting on the glass because they're cleaning up this. But I have one of these magnets that I was scraping off with. That's why the floor is so dirty. But I was doing that and I stopped halfway through because it looked like the tank was getting really dirty. So I wanted everything to settle, but I decided to make this video anyway. If you end up deciding that you do want clownfish, a good thing is that you can keep them singular or in pairs. You don't want to get more than a pair or 3. If you're going to get 3, you might as well get 4, because 3, they're going to end up fighting and there's going to be a dominance thing probably. And you don't want your clownfish that you just spent good money on to die. Look at this guy. They love the attention. They just love being on camera. And anytime I make TikToks or anything like that, they literally swim right up to the tank. Check this out, guys. They're going to swim right up to my finger. Look at them. You know that they want attention. They want everything. But I'm going to show you guys. Look, these guys were not scared of you, I promise. Biting my finger. Yeah, I think that these guys recognize. I know people don't know if reptiles recognize their owners, if fish recognize their owners, but I know that these guys recognize me because I walk in that door and they are right up to the tank. They think that they're getting food. It might just be a food response, but I'm going to believe that they think that I'm their friend. When you first get these guys and put them together, odds are they're going to be gender neutral. One's going to be a boy, one's going to be a girl eventually. But basically, they're going to fight over each other and they're going to physically get in altercations to decide who's going to end up being the girl. The girl will end up growing larger than the male and kind of be like the boss in the house, in the tank. Also, another thing is you're going to want to keep these guys in a 10-gallon tank or over. The more you get, the more gallons you want, obviously. This is just a 10-gallon saltwater tank. This is my first time doing a saltwater tank, and I really did not want to get anything crazy, anything super big, because I didn't want to take on too much of a task, and I also didn't want to harm the fish or anything like that. Definitely will be upgrading them because I want to end up getting a reef tank. Also, they don't need to host anything. They don't need sea anemones. They don't need anything like that. This is a great habitat for them right now, but definitely will be looking into getting coral and anemones in the future. I just want to get the parameters right. Also want the tank to age before I get something like that that's going to need very specific parameters. You can feed these guys daily, if not every other day. Whatever you guys want to do. They can eat pellets or flakes. Like I feed them marine flakes. I'll show you in a second. There are also plenty of like bloodworms and other like freeze dried food that you can feed them, like cubes. But I just went with the flakes or the pellets because it's just simple for me to feed them every day. Also, I like to feed them and I like to see them floating around and they chase the little flakes floating through the water, and I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that's basically the care for a clownfish. Hopefully, if you guys end up getting clownfish, you love them as much as I love them. I always wanted fish. I always wanted a saltwater fish. These guys are super cool, super hardy fish. Great beginner fish, if I do say. But basically, make sure you subscribe, like, maybe leave a comment. Let me know if anything I should change or any other things that I didn't include or any videos that you guys want to see. Make sure you follow me on Nick Reptiles. I'm gonna leave a screenshot right here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys learned something and you have a successful tank with your clownfish.